The weather looks nice, but not as much people outside today for whatever reason. And with that in mind, what did I read today? How about this one in terms of gigantic drones, but not just big? Apparently it's solar powered according to this. It says, wings bigger than a Boeing 747. World's first solar powered drone developed that can fly around the moon. Do they mean literally? It says French defense electronics manufacturer Thales, together with American aerospace startup Skydweller Aero, has developed a solar powered drone with artificial intelligence. It is designed for long-term monitoring of maritime areas, which is especially relevant in times of geopolitical tension. So it doesn't sound like it's meant for any space mission or anything like that when they mention it fly around the moon. It says the solar drone has a wingspan larger than a Boeing 747 and can carry a much larger payload than its predecessors, up to 400 kilograms. Writes Interesting Engineering. Thales has integrated its Airmaster SAR radar into the MAPS Skydweller drone, which provides rapid situational awareness in the air, on land, and at sea. AI-based data processing allows for an onboard target classification, significantly reducing the data load sent to the ground control point and ensuring efficient bandwidth utilization, which is critical for long-duration autonomous missions. And they keep emphasizing how it can run autonomous while adapting to various situations. It says the level of autonomous adaptation increases the drone's ability to remain over regions of interest for extended periods of time without returning to base and without the need for costly ground intervention. A drone can monitor entire ocean regions, track illegal trade, conduct anti-piracy operations, or provide intelligence surveillance during gray zone conflicts at a cost that is significantly lower than the operating cost of traditional aircraft. At this rate, I guess the quote manned aviations are going to be the ones that are going to get kicked out of the sky, huh? If they start saying these things are more cheaper, and as well, I guess you could argue it could be more efficient. Like you don't need humans, for example. It doesn't need to sleep or anything like that. At the same time, are you actually comfortable, let's just say, flying something like a plane with just a robot, not with a real human in general too? Because in terms of flying, I guess accidents and stuff still happens. There was this crazy, I guess, clip of apparently a SpaceX operation gone wrong. So apparently a SpaceX Starship exploded during a static fire test at the Starbase facility in South Texas. Wonder how many people actually saw this from far away too. Apparently the test involved lighting the rocket's engines while it was anchored to the ground, just with a regular routine flight procedure, and the explosion, which many people obviously saw and there's videos of it, was like a massive fireball and all that. They did make an official post like here saying on Wednesday, June 18th at approximately 11 p.m. CT, the Starship preparing for the 10th flight test experienced a major anomaly while on a test stand at Starbase. A safety clear area around the site was maintained throughout the operation and all personnel are safe and accounted for. It makes you wonder what the heck happened there, huh? Either way, that's one heck of an explosion. And this is kind of big news that's pretty much going to affect virtually everybody if you think about it. Apparently there was a huge leak in terms of things like people's passwords and all that. How about this one? This one says, the 16 billion record data breach that no one's ever heard of. This leak surpasses a previous one, which back in 2024, there were about 10 billion records. So there's a collection of 30 data sets containing 6 billion login credentials, which includes username, passwords, and associated URLs. The credentials apparently weren't stolen from a single platform, but it was compiled from multiple sources, primarily from infostealer malware. And what this software does is it infects devices, it extracts sensitive data, for example, like your passwords, tokens, and metadata. And the data sets also stem from misconfigured databases or repackaged leaks. The leaks affect big service providers like Apple, Google, Facebook, Netflix, Telegram, GitHub, VPNs, as well as government portals. And yes, apparently cryptocurrencies as well in terms of the wallets and all that. With that number too, according to these statistics, it's about 2 accounts per person globally. And it even mentions how in a lot of these accounts, people share the same password and username through various sites. They also indicate there's 220.gov email credentials, and a sample of about 10,000 records highlights potential risk to government systems as well. The scary thing here too is it's not just, for example, people's passwords, but also things like cookies and tokens. That's, for example, imagine when you want to log into a site, a lot of people have the option sets where it goes remember my password and so forth. So imagine this, people could just put it onto another system per se and it'll automatically log in. So with this, they're suggesting people change your passwords and so forth. People think I'm crazy, but actually for the platforms that I use, it doesn't matter what it is. I actually have a different password for every single site. There's not one that has the same thing.
جمهوری اسلامی دشمن ایران است. من آمدم رژیم‌های استبدادی برای بقا به دشمن نیاز دارد.
All right, see you guys later.